Karen Deerwester is one of the most sought-after and highly respected consultants, speakers, and instructors for parenting and educators alike for over 2 decades.
Parents live in complicated times. Technology, different opinions, contradictory opinions, not to mention like your friends and your mother-in-laws and everybody else. Parenting is a puzzle you can't figure out alone. Well, you shouldn't have to anyway.
She has served as a spokesperson and consultant to some of the biggest corporations and brands in the world in the area of family and parenting, and is also a regular expert contributor and consultant to major news organizations throughout the world.
It has been more than 2 weeks now since 4-year-old Madeline McCann disappeared from her parents' hotel room in Portugal. Joining us now is parent educator Karen Deerwester.
But even in the United States, if you go to a family resort, you will see parents with video monitors monitoring their children asleep in their rooms. You know, is it okay to bring children out into restaurants and into public squares at 10 or 11 at night and say, oh, they'll just get their sleep the next morning? Or is the wise parenting decision the one to have them tucked in safely in a bed? There is no uniformity. I think parents make the best decisions they can based on their experiences and with their perceptions of the environment that they're in.
Yep, I know it's what I try to do every day. Karen Deerwester, thank you so much.
Here to give us the top tips for comfortable co-parenting is Karen Deerwester, author of The Entitlement-Free Child. Karen, good to see you.
Morning, Kristen.
You know, I really relate to this topic because I came from a household where I'd ask my dad something and he would say no, and then I would ask my mom, and then she might say yes, and then my dad would be like, I'd hear them like saying, you can't say yes after I say no. Does this happen a lot?
All the time. You know, we make such a big deal out of being consistent, in our parenting, but it's not really realistic to think that everybody's going to be consistent all the time, especially when you disagree and you have different styles. And of course, dads and daughters, sons and mothers. So I have this first rule of parenting that says, you know, whoever speaks first rules.
Karen is also the author of such best-selling books as The Entitlement-Free Child, The Play School Guide to Potty Training, and The Potty Training Answer Book, which won the 2008 NAPPA Award for Parenting Resources. And each month, Karen reaches millions of readers as the parenting expert for numerous newspapers and parenting magazines throughout the country.
So here's what we do. We'll be there when your baby's crying in the middle of the night and your pediatrician says, no, he's not hungry. What's the right answer? What will you do? One answer isn't going to be right in every family. So come and take your journey with us.
Her parenting advice and passionate, high-energy presence is always grounded in the best research-based developmental practices and personal experiences with a keen awareness of the strengths of families.
Here's what I know for sure about parenting. Parenting builds on parenting. And so you have to live through the struggles day after day. And in order for parents to find their best self, they need a community that'll support them and accept them starting where they are today.